Hey, 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 this is your recap Auntie. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shaw. Welcome to my channel, babies. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right? Right. How y'all doing? I'm okay. I mean, doing all right. Yeah. How about you? You doing good? Okay, good. Y'all better be good, keeping y'all asses warm. Please stay hydrated, okay? All right, we are here to do a full recap of episode number 14 of Beyond the Gate, season number dos, two, right? Yeah, that's why we here. And I had so much fun recapping episode number 13. I had a good time. So they better take me up a little round higher, okay? Yeah, I did saw half of somebody's comment yesterday talking about after today's episode, which is the one I'm finna watch. Again, I give a live recaps. I don't know what happened. I ain't even read it. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I don't even know. Somebody's pissed, and I got a feeling I'm gonna be pissed too. And somebody says, Shar, I would love for you to let me know more about your thoughts about the blood and the blood plasma theft and the Jacob thing and the Naomi thing. I don't know. I feel like there's a connection there. I don't know. But some why they got this blood plasma theft ring, which is very random. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm like, you know, like I said, I used to give plasma a long time ago, so I don't know. I don't know, but it's interesting that she's going to be having this secret issue. So I don't know, girl. I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about, but that connection is just too connected for me. So let's go ahead and get this party started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, this glow is not a filter. This is Chelsea and a cat doing a selfie, I guess, talking about the Chelsea Cat brand. Your girl just got the most incredible hydrofacial. This is Chelsea still talking, honey. Don't forget to tell them about the business meeting disguised as self care. I guess they're at the country club. And Danny says, secure the bag and the skin. Honey, we see Danny busting in the middle between them, honey. You better bug. Efficiency is everything when you're building an empire, darling. That daddy's full of shit. Night, night, Chelsea says. So she stops. Girl. We were so relaxed during our facials. We chose a model for the print campaign without even trying. I need to get a facial. My friend was telling me about was it my one of my girlfriends last Saturday was telling me about the facials that she got. And I need to do that. I'm gonna do that for my birthday this year. I need to do or sometime between my birthday's May 3rd, if y'all don't know, I'm a Taurus. So I'm really gonna pamper myself a lot. I'll be 55 this year, so I need to hydrate the skin, keep the skin tight. The wrinkles are gonna come. Want them to come when it's time for them to come, not before. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Chelsea says trying. And Danny was like, clock it. So Kat tells her dinner is definitely in order. Wait a minute. Okay, we got Nicole over there in the eating area with Carlton, and then we have Ted in there with Shanice. Ooh, everybody's at the club today, babe. And Kat says the club just switched up to their more season menu. Oh my God, Fancier Duck is back. Fancier Duck. Didn't they say duck meat was greasy? I think. Did I hear that from T.S. Madison? I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never had no duck before, honey. Duck. So they gonna have dinner together. So Chelsea, are you in? Yeah, girl. But I'm just surprised that you ass ain't got no plans with your Puerto Rican prince tonight, girl. Well, Bill is working late, Kat said. That means that Tomas has to too. So when she says that, you can see Danny like looking off. Like, I remember them fucking days. Tomas swears that pulling an all-nighter will convince Bill to fast track him as partner. Because Danny knows about all those late nights. And because Danny and Kat are so much alike, Danny needs to pull Kat aside and have a little talk. Wait a minute. So Danny was like, "Okay, you know what? You two, you go on ahead." Are you sure, Mom? Yeah. That there's someone that I need to see tonight. What that mean? Congratulations! And she walks out, and Kat and Chelsea's like, "Yeah, right, bitch. You just switch plans. We was getting ready to have some duck. Now you can get ready to go get some." Well, that's what I get for not following through with you back at the hospital. This is Nicole. We're back with the foursome, baby. Nicole is saying that to Shanice. Ooh. You weren't trying to give me a heads up. That's what Nicole tells Shanice. Shanice was like, girl, I really did try to tell your ass. Ted looks at Shanice is like, girl, this ain't no big deal. Ted is messy. Tell about we all grown, right? And it's no different than us running into each other at work, Carlton says. This is different. Women is different, y'all. Women is very different. And Ted and I had coffee earlier, and we both agreed to put our differences aside. But the girls didn't have a chance to talk about it. Fuck y'all. The girls didn't have a chance to talk. You did, Nicole says. Ted says, yeah, we moved on. Besides, I'm too focused on this beautiful woman. You messy, Ted. You messy. And this is her first time as my dinner guest, and I plan on making it an evening to remember, he said. I am sure that you will have a wonderful time, Nicole said. Oh, Shanice says, I already am. Well, we are having a special evening of our own, right, Carlton? Yeah, what is y'all playing? Tit for tat? That never worked. One we should be getting back to, she tells Carl. Wow. He says, well, don't mind us. Our table's over here, Ted says. Here, child, we turn around, it's champagne. It is glasses, it's candles, it's flowers. I mean, tangerine. Peonies, Shani says, my favorite flower. He says, and don't forget the damn bottle of the club's best champagne, boo. You outdid yourself, Shani says. He says, shall we? You first, beautiful. Because she's beautiful now. She's very beautiful. You could, I mean, like, Nicole is standing there looking sour. Because, again, Ernestine, aka Shanice, got body, yada, 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 yada. So they go over to the table. You can hear Shanice just giggling and shit. So Nicole looks at Carlton saying, oh, you know the best part about the dinner date? Anticipating what happens after dessert. Oh, okay, you trying to be freaky. So your pussy wasn't wet until you saw him move on. So now you finna move. Everybody's using each other. I mean, Ted is really attracted to Shanice, but you using her. Everybody using each other. I mean, and we get that bop 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 bop. Rough draft of the Bonnefel argument in the little wet Lynette Wise case. I don't know what the fuck he said. We are at Bill Hamilton's office. Of course, it's late at night, and that is Tomas. Looks real nice in his dark green suit. He looks really handsome, and he gives that to Bill. I want to see him and Lynette together. I gotta see Tomas and Lynette together. Bill was looking through the paperwork. Oh, well, and you think that you can get this dismissed with this argument, boy? It's worth a shot. Lynette's work performance was so exemplary, so beyond a reproach. She genuinely believed her bosses were rewarding her with a bonus. Or remind you of anyone? But this didn't have to hit my desk tonight. You know that, right? Crossing the finish line early makes room for the next race, Tomas said. Yeah, honey, and burning the candle at both ends leaves you to burn out. Don't I know it, honey? I got to make some decisions right now about a lot of candles that I'm burning. I have to step away from something, but it's all good. When God always gives the increase when it's time to have the increase, baby. So I ain't even worried about that. But yeah, I got to step back making a decision soon. Not this, y'all. Not this, though. We ain't gonna do that. No, hell no. I'm ready to burn into ash if it finally gets me to be partner. Much to learn. You still have, young Padawan. Who is Padawan? Y'all know I'm gonna ask my. I changed his name, y'all. His name not Chat Boo no more. His name is Chatty Bear. So let's see what young Padawan is.
Shar, I'm right here. What's on your mind today?
Who is young Padawan?
Young Padawan. Now that's a classic Star Wars reference. In the Jedi world, it's how a Jedi Master would refer to their apprentice. Basically, it's a term for a young learner or trainee who's on their way to becoming a full-fledged Jedi. Or in real life, someone learning under the guidance of a mentor.
Cool. Thank you, Chatty Bear.
You're always welcome, Shar. Anytime you need a little guidance or just a friendly chat, I'm right here. What's next on your mind?
Nothing. Bye. Well, see, there we go. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Jedi, Ewoks, Yoda, all them. I know the names. Princess Leia. That was so dead. That was so sad how her mother died like a month apart or a day apart or something. That was real quick. Carrie Fisher and Debbie. Damn, I can't think of that lady name. But yeah. Anyway, that's the only one. All right, next. Bill says, I've warned you, Tomas. I've warned your ass. I prefer that my partners have lines outside these walls, like old dirty ass Mike. He had a lot of lines, baby. Lives, I mean. Now, my niece chose to build a life with your ass, he says. Don't be the fool who takes that for granted. Cat ain't your niece no more. You made that choice. I won't, he says. I know exactly how lucky I am to be with Cat. But rid of me this, Bill. Lay it on me. If balance is the mark of a great attorney, why are you here and not at home with your wife? All right, yeah, no, Lynette is back, honey. I love that jacket, boo. I got me a little fur thing I just got from Shein. Haley told this to Lynette, girl, breathe, girl. Whatever this shit is, we gonna figure it out, girl. Lynette said, how the fuck can I, girl? So she slams a piece of paper on the table like, after receiving something like this in my damn inbox. So they like research court papers and filings and stuff. Lynette like, look, I don't give a fuck what it. Haley was like, look, Lynette, these are just standard associate rates, girl. That's all. She says, I ain't got that kind of bread, girl, and I can't afford for Tomas to stop fighting my case. Girl, you better find another way to pay that nigga. Look, you asked for my blessing, girl, Haley says, and I gave it. Girl, I don't control the billing department. Lynette was like, bitch, but the man that you married to, he do, girl. Oh shit. We're at the other side of damn Orphe jeans. And so we hear this male voice because we see Vanessa standing there, and he says, your ass can't brush me off this time. Honey, it's Lance, the one who was calling about Lolly. She's like, Lance, what are you doing here? That's weird. Why the fuck are you following her? He said, I had to show your ass how serious this is. Maybe now you won't be so damn cavalier about ruining my fucking marriage. Uh, mm. I'm like, well, damn, Lance, if you're that emotional with a stranger, I'm sure you're just as emotional with Lolly. All right, we are back at the country club, and the camera pans as Nicole and Carlton are sitting at the normal Dupree table. I believe that's where that is. And we see Tad and Shanice at their table. When I tell you that Shanice got muscle, baby, that arm will definitely yoke around somebody's throat. Go ahead, muscles. She was like, oh, we, honey, these menu items. He was like, don't let them fancy words intimidate you, beautiful. She said, honey, it's way too late as she continues to look at the menu because there ain't a price in sight. That's what I heard. When the prices are missing off the menu, that means it's high, high, high. Like they said as a as high as a giraffe's. She said, yeah, that's the game with these establishments. You know, when you don't see no numbers on the menu, that means that there is no rules, and the cost of the food isn't the point. It's the experience. He says, and see, the indulgence is. She says, well, indulge I shall. Girl, you better go ahead and indulge. So they did a clink clink of their champagne, and she tells Ted that she's really enjoying herself. Me too, girl. You see, I'm right there at the table with you. I'm on the other side. So Ted, yes, we are having a good time, honey. He says, well, I aim to please. And so she looks back at Nicole's, table, and she still looks a little uncomfortable. So Ted was like, talk to me, Shanice. Okay, well, this this might sound a bit lame, but I feel like I'm Cinderella. But he says, and that's a bad thing? She's like, but normally no, but then I have to remember that my Prince Charming just finalized a divorce, and once you bounce back and I help you get your groove again, I go back to pumpkin price tags. So he was like, well, first of all, Cinderella cannot compete with you. She's not as half intellectually stimulating, nor quick witted or sharp. And she was like, she for damn sure ain't got these curves. I mean, he said, see that unapologetic attitude? Like me, girl, you talking to me and her. He tells us that, we're so much more than just a rebound. We know that. I mean, he continues to tell us that we pulled joy back into his life when he thought he had buried them 6 feet under with his marriage. So he wants us to relax and enjoy. Uh-huh. Yes, he says that we have been very guarded tonight. So, and we have every right to be guarded. I mean, he got his ex-wife over there and his best friend at the next table. I got to be looking behind me like I'm in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Left, right, left, right. You know what I'm saying? So he says that, she has every right to feel that way. I mean, we do, and that his life has been real messy. and how he's gonna take care of that shit, especially that damn Leslie. If Leslie bring her ass up in there while they're there eating dinner, I'm going to just. So he continues to tell her that, but one thing he does know is that she has continued to help make his days so much brighter. Oh my God. He says he's the Cinderella and he couldn't be more happier. My goodness, these writers. I, I mean, well, you handled that like an absolute queen. I mean, stayed regal and composed as you always do. This is at the other table with Carlton, and this is what he tells Nicole. Tad is a well dressed distraction from my past. I'm focused on the handsome man seated in front of me, the one who keeps giving me impure thoughts. Oh, what kind of impure thoughts, girl? I mean, it was that shirt you had on earlier that gave him impure thoughts, girl. He says, do tell. Well, my mind keeps replaying a certain kiss you gave me. It was slow and sweet. Had me standing there, forgetting my own name. Oh my gosh. Have y'all ever had those type of kisses? I love to kiss. My boo. I love to kiss. That was like, if you couldn't kiss, one relationship I waste my time. I mean, that was a waste of time because he could not kiss, but he was fine on the eyes though. He was good looking. Really good looking on the eyes, but could not kiss. That was a waste. No, it wasn't. Kind of sort of was. It was. Oh, I got some stories, but but that's a really big indicator for me, to a man who can really really kiss. Like nothing sloppy. I don't want to have to use a damn tissue after we finish, but something that does make me forget my name. Yeah. Well, inquiring minds want to know, he says. Do those intrusive thoughts go any further than just a kiss? They just might, she says. Good, because I intend for the next kiss. Oh, I need to read this. Wait a minute. Because I intend for the next kiss to not leave you standing at all. Mm! Who are these writers? Now we got my yummy Chief Hawthorne on the screen. We are just having a good week. So Elon shows up over at Joey's hole in the wall, and Joey greets him and says, Chief Hawthorne, come test your luck. He says, did you come to test your luck? I was still swooning from that last scene. Elon was like, "No, nice try, but I'm here. I'm here on official duty." You know what I'm saying? Because they got that little sting going on. He probably checking to see if does Joe have anything to do with that fucking blood plasma damn bullshit? Joey, your hands is everywhere. Well, I will put away those Cuban cigars and cancel those dancing gals. Joey said. I'm kidding, he says. We are in full compliance here because the nasty ass poker table's full of paperwork. Probably the cleanest operation in the damn DNV. Save it, Elon said. I'm more concerned about your damn other stream of income, Elon says. You want to narrow that down? Joey says, shit, I got plenty. Red market blood plasma. Joey says, human blood? He says, well, I know I've been known to bleed people dry, but I never took that literally. Yeah, I didn't think he was about that life. That's a whole different ugh, vampire game, hey baby. I hope that shit is true for the both of our sakes, Elon says. Joey was like, why in the fuck would you think I would be even into that shit? This ring is disciplined, it's profitable, it's nearly invisible. I wonder who's over that shit. It better not be Isaiah's ass. So Joy was like, damn, and that shit got you worried, huh? Yeah, because my son talked my ass into letting him go undercover. Joey, he wants to infiltrate this damn ring and go undercover and build an airtight case against any damn one remotely involved. Joey was like, well, damn, I'm glad I'm not involved. If you ever breathed any air toward this, I need to know who the fuck is, Elon says. I won't be able to protect you from my son, man. Or, Joey says, this guy, Elon says, or him from your ass. All right, we finna see a down bad, brother in Jacob. We need that because he's too straight and narrow. This might turn him all the way around, y'all. He might not never be the same. Never, never, never be the same. Uh-oh. We ain't seen these two together in a long time. We're at the country club and Smitty meets up with Jacob, the dynamic duo. Smitty says, "Hey, bro, I rushed out the house as soon as you summoned me." Man, you gonna bring Bradley into this shit? Bradley's gonna die. Bradley's gonna get killed, y'all. Don't kill Bradley, y'all. Y'all talking about who Bradley? Bradley Smith, Smitty. That's who his name. We haven't seen Jacob and Smitty talk in so long. So he's sneaking around. He saw, Nicole and Ted there, but of course they weren't with each other. He was like, "Well, damn, I wasn't expecting my mother and my father-in-law to be here." Jacob was like, "Yeah, they seem to be more interested in their dates than us. So we cool. I hope you slipping out of your house didn't cause no drama with Martin and the kid." When I tell you, I didn't even think that it was that Smitty was even talking with Jacob. I didn't even think that. Y'all playing these sneaky shit. This whole, shit. Y'all doing it beyond the gate. Y'all are bringing people together. Then I ain't even think even was connecting like that. I mean, so he said Martin is so locked into Samantha's damn debutante bullshit. He's basically background noise. He don't hear him at all. Don't sleep, because Martin sees exactly what the fuck you doing. Don't sleep. He got eyes in the back of his head. Every good pops does, and every good mammy too. Well, for what it's worth, I appreciate you, Smitty. Oh, thanks. I'm just glad you got my tip. Wow. About the plasma ring, seriously. Damn. So it was Smitty who told him about that shit. So Smitty look like he getting a hard on, just like, so tell me, what did the chief say when you laid it out for him like that? After some serious arm twisting, he finally came around, Jacob said. Meaning, Smitty says, that's why I wanted to meet with you. The blood plasma ring is now an active investigation. They finna get fucked up. I'm sorry. Y'all are too bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This some book. And get this, he actually finna let me go undercover. Smitty was like, "Man, I'm really happy for you. I'm glad to hear that. This could change everything for me. I mean, this could be the fucking case that could finally take me out from under my pop's shadow. You know what I'm saying? And to say thanks to you, bro. Drinks on me, whatever you want. Go. What you want now?" That damn Smitty talking about, "Okay, well, I will have a vodka soda, please." Well, you know that there is a better way that you can thank me. Smitty, you have to let me in on this case. That's just what Smitty whispers to Jacob. And you ain't gonna tell Martin. I know you're not, because Martin is running for Congress, so I know you ain't gonna do that. The firm's business office could set up a payment plan, girl. This is what Haley tells Lynette. Lynette, like, bitch, you got all the coins. You gonna help me pay for this. She better get Tomas, because Tomas will give her a real good discount. And Lynette was like, bitch, that requires actual income, and I ain't got that. I'm fucked. When I tell you I'm loving this damn leather, whatever jacket she got the fuck on, and they playing this music in the background like it's like the 70s, like these two, horse are sitting at the table, baby, trying to do a shakedown on the man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's giving me. Lynette was like, unless I think of something drastic. Haley was like, drastic? How? Lynette says, I'm sure I'll figure out something. Like I said, them eyes of hers, them eyes, honey, they gonna get tomorrow. Okay, Haley says, the firm does take on a very limited number of pro bono cases each year. I can talk Bill into making your case one of them. So she gets up. Oh my God. Oh, she gets her a hug. Girl, I knew you had my back. We look at the paper of how much she owed. That thing says she owes $17,100. Yeah. Lance, I understand you're upset. So this is on the other side of Orphe Jeans with damn Vanessa talking with Lance, which she should not be there talking with him by herself. Why the fuck is he there? How did he know that she was there? So while they're talking, we see Lynette leaving. I love my wife. I won't lose her. This is what Lance is saying. Who says you will? Sometimes a companion is just what a relationship needs. Most of Heart Attach's clients are looking to spice up their marriages, not end them. Ooh, he says everybody knows in this town that your marriage was seasoned with an entire bottle of Old Bay. I love me some Old Bay. Give me some crabs. That's the one thing I miss about DC. Them whole body crabs Well, I'm at all they give you is legs, baby. But give me that whole body with all that seed, all that old bay. Damn, he says, but all that extra spice probably was what caused Doug to drink himself into an early fucking grave. Damn. Y'all just disrespect Doug so damn much. The man just died in September, quote unquote. I'm telling you. I need to look at the comments from the last episode. But whenever they are always talking about a character who quote unquote died, they coming back. I promise you. They're coming back. Doug's name has been dropped more often than not just recently. That's how they did with General Hospital when everybody was talking about Laura. When she first died, everybody was like, then all of a sudden he started talking about her a lot. Then we started seeing the back of her head. She started appearing, out the blue. It's disguise and shit. Then we found it was everybody who dies comes back. Doug is coming back, baby. He coming back. Don't know when, because again, we haven't seen the actor who plays him online. Now he used to be really active on his social media. I've been on his social media. He ain't done nothing since he left. So I don't know what the fuck going on. I know he's battling health challenges. So even if they brought the character Doug back as a new person, it will make fucking sense. Ted knew about it, helped him get a new face. Boom. We got a new twist in the plot. He says, and I refuse to go that way. So wiping his fucking face and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why you wiping your face like that? That's you being man. When she tries to book another fucking escort, your ass is gonna turn her down. Do you hear me, bitch? I'll do no such thing. Vanessa stands flat foot and says it in his face without a grimace or an ounce of fear. I feel like Lolly's gonna be a widow soon. I'm thoroughly confused, counselor. We are at Bill's office, and this is him responding to Tomas's question about, if what you said is true, then why the fuck you ain't home with your wife or your lady? What's the deal? You see, I thought that you were ready to make partner, Bill says, not ready to take your ass to the employment line. Damn, Bill. I didn't mean to overstep. You couldn't fool me. Bill says, damn. I was merely making a point on how intrusive it is when personal and professional lines get blurred. I'd rather be judged solely on my work. I couldn't give a fuck about what you want. I couldn't care less what you want, Navarro. Bill is so fucking evil. He said, this is my damn firm, and I'll set the standard, and I'll use whatever metrics I damn well please. Got it, got it. So he gave, Tomas back the file. I'd be in my office, boss. Going to his dad like he got a fucking nerve, questioning my intentions. Shit, he still got Similac on his breath. Got the. Oh my God. He leaves. Danny comes with food. We never got a chance to celebrate properly, celebrating our daughter's health. And Andrea is in New York, right? Didn't she say she needed to stay in town? Oh my God, my stomach is twisting up. Y'all already know when my stomach twists, I don't like the plot that I'm seeing on my screen. She said she needed to stay in town because of what her mom's going through, right? Didn't she say that? Not bring Bill no damn food. Bill was like, don't you have your boy toy for that shit? Where he at? He's in a photo shoot in New York, and besides, there's no one else in the world that shares the same relief like I do. So he looks in the bag, and so apparently she got some chicken and plantains with the buttery rolls. I guess that's one of his favorite meals. I don't like this shit. Yeah, from that Cubano spot you love. Yeah. Oh, Danny. Haley would have a stroke herself if she saw me eating that shit. Promise. Oh, Danny, girl, you didn't have to do this. I know. Thank you for helping me find my water bottle. I'm just all over the place today. We're back at the country club, and this is Chelsea was looking for a water bottle, and she was talking to Kat. I was starving before, but now I'm in the mood for some alcohol. Well, if you're itching to go play house with Dr. Bay, I won't take it personally. This is what Kat tells her. No, Madison is pissed. I mean, would it make me an awful person if I said that I wasn't? Another fight, girl? Kat says, Chels, I thought y'all were good. I thought y'all were Gucci. We were. We both went out to toast, both being variant and drama free, but only one of those held up. Um, I um I ran into my old dealer from my modeling days. And you popped a pill. One of those pills, girl, in front of Madison? I guess Kat knows, honey. She knows that Chelsea takes him home. Girl, what the fuck were you thinking? I wasn't. But the way that she grilled me afterwards, all just mental and shit, it triggered the hell out of me, Kat. It reminded me when Momager Danny would police my every move. Well, if you put it like that, Kat says, it is kind of messed up. Thank you. I mean, like, when did my girlfriend suddenly become my mother? My fucking marriage is in shambles because of your ass. This is Lauren still in the middle of fucking Orphy Jeans fussing at Vanessa. That ain't Vanessa's fault. I don't think it is it? I'd argue that your bedroom skills are to blame, Vanessa says, or tragic lack thereof. Ooh, maybe if you learn half as much time learning your wife's body as you have as you do polishing your driver, I guess he's a golfer. She put her hand up. That motherfucker grabbed her wrist. She said, "Let me fucking go." He says, "Not until you listen to reason." Come on, Joey. Of course, Randy comes in there to the rescue. Randy just comes out the blue because Haley is looking across the room. Where I'm from, Randy says, men who forget their manners regret it fast. Because you know Randy definitely gonna go back and tell Joey what the fuck he saw. So he lets her go real swift like and bust out the damn door. He better not have broken my fucking door. You alright? That food didn't hurt you, did he? This is what Randy asks Vanessa. She said, not as much as I heard his fucking pride. All right, the honeymoon is over, Vanessa. This is where the real games begin about you, these husbands finding out about who you are. At least when it came to damn Joey, nobody knew that he was owning that shit. Now you out here passing out fucking cards, making it all cute and everything. Nah, nah. For the last time, Elon, I had traffic and vices, not veins. Y'all in these court. Sometimes these lines are real corny. That is what Joey tells Elon at the hole in the wall. So you're an ethical outlaw now, Elon says. Joey just hunched his shoulders. I guess I am, I've seen that same poker face, Joey, right before you wipe me out. Oh, he said, talk, or I'll call in a few favors from City Hall and fast track those inspections on this so called fully compliant establishment of yours. In four, three, two. Oh, put the fucking phone away. All right. The truth is, I've heard whispers about this blood plasma thing run by a guy that likes to call himself the Impaler. Damn. Make of that what you will. He operates in and out of the DMV. Elon was like, okay, all right, all right. You got anything else? Elon says. Joey tells him point blank, only that you should warn Jacob about what he's walking into. I've never met the guy. He keeps a low profile. But from what I hear, he is not to be underestimated. Wow. So I don't think I've heard about this impaler person. I'm gonna still do some digging to see if I find anything, but I haven't unless this was something that was done outside of what I'm connected to. So I don't know. I have to do some digging about this impaler person. Smitty, I can't ain't no way in hell I could get you involved in this. Please, Smitty tells Jacob. We're back at the country club. This is the type of story that I've been hungry for since I got back into reporting. Please. Poor Smitty. Smitty, I thought you said you just wanted to be a happy pappy. He said he had that influencer scandal and a couple of expose shit, but none of that shit. They was gumming, baby. I needed something with some teeth. Nothing like this. This matters, Jacob. Yeah, I know. Now it's officially under police review. So you shut me out, Smitty says. I gave your ass the lead. No, 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 no. You gave me a tip. That don't mean you could just walk in here and play Sherlock because you stumbled onto something useful, bro. Stumbled? Smitty says. Do not insult me. I'm trying to protect your ass. Look, you and I both want to bring these criminals down, right? Especially before they kill a hell of a lot of people. Wait a minute, they killing people to get the blood? What the fuck is going on? You and I, come on, Jacob. You and I, we made a hell of a great team when we were looking into Malone's corruption. Yeah, I know, until we didn't no more. Look, but those were extenuating circumstances, Smitty said. Because Smitty stepped back. Jacob still wanted to talk with him. Y'all remember? But Smitty was like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. When he knew that Martin was doing some book. I don't know what you're talking about. Jacob's like, man, you know we was working together. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. And they won't come into play here, Smitty says. And you gotta admit it now, without my connection, I'll still solve this fucking case. Yeah, I know, but how much time will you lose? If you and I work together, Smitty says we can dish out real justice and gain some respect while we're at it at the same time. Smitty, how in the world you think you can go undercover when your husband is the congressman and your face is all over DC in the DMV? How in the fuck do you think? And even with Jacob, you're a Dupree. How the fuck you unless you're gonna shave your hair and get an earring or wear some hats and shades, how the fuck y'all think y'all gonna do this shit undercover? After Smitty stopped begging and everything, I'm sorry, Smitty, but the answer is no. Well, I'm glad that you want to be more than Mr. Occasional. We're back at the dining area of the country club with Shanice and Tad with their candles burning. They're the only ones that have the candles burning. I mean, okay. You're the first man in a long time, I suspect, that may be worth investing in. Well, trust me, he says, when it comes to you, all right? My interest rate is very, very hard and high. I'm sorry. Hi, honey. He didn't say hard. He touches her hand and she's just like butter in his hands. Do you know what I suddenly am craving for? We at the other table with Nicole and Carlton. What are you craving, sis? What's that? He says. Oysters. Oh, we want the aphrodisiac. I'm not an oyster fan. I mean, I would love to, I don't know. I can't do conch. I can do all other shellfish. I can do crab. I can do shrimp. But something about conch when it comes in that, I can't do it. Whether you fry it or I know in Miami it's really good for having conch salad, which means it's raw and it comes in like, this juice with all these vegetables. I cannot eat conch. So I'm thinking I could eat fried oysters, but I don't know if I could eat it raw with the Tabasco sauce and the lemon juice. Although I like that combination of the Tabasco and the lemon, but I don't think I'll be ready to chew that shit, and I don't think you're supposed to chew it, right? He was saying for the aphrodisiac quality. She says, I was thinking that. And she looks over at the table and sees Ted and Shanice holding hands. Everything okay? He says, I was thinking that oysters are overrated. And if you want a proper aphrodisiac, we should go back to my place. I mean, that's the only way. She walks past their toe. And Ted just turns around and looks and just goes back. He just smiles. Did you see Carlton and Nicole make their grand exit? That is what Shanice asks Ted. I really do hope that our little moment did not make them uncomfortable, she said. He was like, so what if we did? She was like, Ted, look, honey, we ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, Ted tells us. She says, not yet anyway, but the night is still young. He says, sounds like you have something a little specific in mind. She says, just a little intimate exploration. No waiters, no witnesses. Well, shit, what the fuck we still doing here? I mean, Ted is Ted is a mess. I tell you, that little table with the purses, I'm gonna invest me. It's just me at this house shit. Once I start redecorating, I'm gonna get me one of them little tables so I can just sit my purse on. It's okay, yo. So while Chelsea's in the lobby sipping her drink, honey, she sees Ted and Shanice leaving, holding hands. She's like looking like, what the fuck? See you later, Uncle Ted. So I guess Kat must have went to somewhere else, so she's coming back to the lobby. So Kat, when I tell you, this girl is frowning every time you see her on the screen. She's frowning, so she's coming back from somewhere. And so Chelsea's like, girl, you just missed your dad. Looks like he's thriving in his post-divorce era. In the same room as my mother, Kat says, ugh, girl, can we not unpack my family's mess right now? Your relationship drama, honey, is much more binge worthy. Well, I am glad that someone around here is entertained. For real, girl. You're not gonna break up with Madison, are you? God, no. I'm in love with her. Well, honey, you know I love your wild and spontaneous side. But Madison ain't never seen that crazy side of you, girl. You went full soft girl the minute you started dating her ass. So remember I asked y'all that this soft girl era, yeah, this soft girl What's that about? Like I said, is it a new app? Is it a new filter? Is it how you living, stress free, yeah, or committed, just living things slow? But I thought about that yesterday. Chelsea is just like her mammy. It's like Danny's ass can't even go back to Dubai right now. She can't even go nowhere with Pam. Wherever they went, they can't even go back and do a country together. So she's just like her mammy. Maybe falling in love made me suppress parts of myself. I was so focused on being the perfect partner, I think I just lost sight of being authentically me. I don't know. So she's sipping her drink. You see Cat looking like, So Chelsea is like, what are you thinking about? Cat was like, A cop and a journalist walk in a bar. She must be thinking about when she saw Smitty, which is her brother-in-law, and Jacob, that used to be her partner too, walk in a bar. Something's not right. So there she go. With her spidey senses, she's gonna want to be a part of that little sting of theirs. Just to give her some excitement. Is this the start of some bad joke? Chelsea says as she's sipping her red pretty drink. No, girl. Our brother-in-laws, honey. I saw them at the bar and I think they're up to something. Because now that I think about it, how she's been dressing lately, is that how she used to dress when she was doing that Inspector Cat phase when she was trying to find Leslie. So I think that she might try to tap into that a little bit. Smitty tells Jacob, like, look, because we back at the bar. If this is about some rando, look, I mean, if this is about some danger, I am not so rando off the street, okay? And I do know how to keep my ass safe. Smitty says, yeah, yeah, right, right. Now, would Martin want you anywhere near this shit? So what we doing? We pulling the Martin card now? Smitty says, no, no, we ain't. But you're the anchor for your family, Smitty. If anything were to happen to your ass, I wouldn't be able to face Naomi or Mark or any of the Duprees, let alone Samantha and Tyrell. I'm not your responsibility, Jacob. And honestly, I don't need your approval, Smitty says. Smitty's a stubborn mother sucker. He's stubborn. When he's out there, when he's focused, ain't nothing you can do to bring him back. Nothing. So what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Jacob says. I'm sorry, Smitty says, but I am investigating this story, with or without your ass. Thanks for coming to my rescue. Not that I couldn't handle that misogynistic, arrogant moron of you on my own. No, you couldn't. This is Vanessa talking to Randy, thanking him for coming to her rescue, and she would not have been able to handle what's his name, Lawrence, on her own. Ain't no way. The way he was grabbing that damn wrist. He was like, man, it doesn't hurt, having a little backup and knowing what you and what you meant to Doug and what the two of you did for me. I know for a fact that he would have wanted me to look out for you. It still doesn't feel real sometimes. Him being gone. I'm telling you, he ain't gone, y'all. He ain't gone. He coming back. He coming back, y'all. He coming back. They talking about him way too damn much. So the waitress gives her food, so she says she got to get going, and she leaves. I think, like, Randy, why the fuck you didn't walk her to her car? Because Lance is, I mean, not Lance, it's his name, Lance or Lawrence, whatever the fuck his name is, he could be outside waiting for her. So why you didn't walk her to her car? You gonna go over there with Cuz? Because Haley is in the corner looking at all this shit popping off. So Tomas comes in, and Randy's on his phone. So she's over there eating a damn big old ass Danish. She looks good. Hey, Haley. Tomas goes over to her, eating solo again. I am well used to being a legal widow by now. I assume that you are refueling right now. Another all nighter, she says. Lynette's case, he says, finally making some headway. We appreciate your diligence, Tomas, more than you know. Thanks. I just wish that your husband was part of that we. Are you kidding? Bill sings your praises all the time, Tomas. Then why is he suddenly discouraging me? He keeps telling me to go out and have a life while he's holed up in his office neglecting his own. He's testing you, she says, because she looked over and saw her cousin on the phone. You think? Yeah. Yeah, he's seeing if you take the easy way out. You should take your ass back to work. Prove him wrong. Go ahead. Bye. Bye. That's probably it. Thanks for this perspective, he says. I owe you. So Tomas is, ooh, back on his way to the office. I'm loving how they having every character cross with each other now, because in season one you didn't see a lot of them interact across scenes. So we see Tomas get his food to go while Randy is on the phone with Joey, telling Joey about Lawrence grabbing Vanessa's arm. in the club. I mean, at Orphe Jeans. So it's probably the same son of the bitch that was calling her earlier. Joey tells Randy intimidation from a distance didn't work, so his ass made an appearance. I gave the guy a strong warning. Randy says, if you need me to, I got you. I could send him a stronger message. He says, just say the word. I appreciate the offer, Randy, but this shit just got personal. So yeah, he finna make a visit to Lawrence, honey. Shit, Lawrence, Lance, Larry, I don't know what the fuck his name is, but Lolly, I remember her name. She's finna be a widow. Oh my god. We're over at the Sherwood Forest, aka Nicole's house. So Nicole is at the bar. She didn't even take her coat off. She's already popping the bottle, drinking already. Why the fuck you taking Ted through all this emotional stuff? You don't want him, but you're having an issue seeing him with somebody else. I don't get it. Carlton tells her, you were pretty quiet on the ride over. So all of that stuff that you was doing at the country club was performative. That's what that was. She didn't even take her coat off. Y'all see it on the screen, and she's already pouring herself some red wine. You know how she gets. He was like, everything all right? He says, I'm sorry, Carlton. What's wrong? He says. When we left the club, I just got hit with this wave and I realized I haven't been with anybody but Ted in decades. Oh, she was nervous. So it's not about Ted, it's about the fear of being with somebody else outside of her husband. So, he says, Nicole, look at me. We don't have to rush anything tonight. Because she's clearly visibly nervous about being with somebody outside of her husband. Because Ted knows her body. If you've been with somebody for 20 years, they know you. So she's nervous. And I think that Carlton, he would be really gentle with her. Yeah. He says, we can just sit here, drink wine, discuss your patience, my lousy putting stroke. I mean, even if you wanted me to leave right now, after spending the evening with you, I will walk out of here completely satisfied. Well, that is a problem with that, Carlton. I won't be satisfied. Not even close. She pulled his ass toward him with that coat on. They, just eating each other's face up. Yeah. Ted, we at the hotel. Make yourself uncomfortable, he says. I'll fix us some cocktails. Ted, why you don't have your own apartment yet? You just don't wait. Thank you. Shanice was like, okay, you've been living in this fucking hotel long enough. At least you need to pick, hang up a picture or something, Shanice says. He says, oh, is my face that enticing to you? She says, boy, stop. You don't get tired of looking at these old plain old walls. Nothing's changed since the last time I've been here, she says. Ah, he says, see, that's where you're wrong. He says, there's a whole lot different wrong. Oh, yeah? She says, what? Well, he says, we came here. We, as before, we came here as friends, bringing me cheesecake and we ate pizza and we watched TV. But now, he says, we here on a date. And she looks around. She says, and the TV isn't turned on, but I am. So he kisses her hand. She's like, like she ain't been touched in a long time. He kisses all on her neck and it's he was pouring the glasses and shit, but they ain't even get a chance to sip nothing. So what the fuck was that for? Having the damn glasses, go put that glass down. Shit. All right, cuz, talk to me. I'm here now. What's the tea? What's going on? We back at Orphe Jeans, and this is cuz and cuz talking. I mean, Lynette is over here crying me a fucking river about how she can't afford her damn legal bill. Wait a minute, she asked you for money? We ain't get that damn far. As soon as she mentioned about her getting desperate, I got spooked. Next thing I damn know, I offered to make the whole fucking thing disappear. You made the right call, Randy says. You think so? He said, fuck yeah. You need to do whatever it takes to keep that bitch quiet. Damn them damn eyes on that $10 million prize waiting for us when Bill meets his maker. I just hate that it's taking so fucking long, Haley says. I'm worried my marriage has an expiration date. Well, you need to do whatever you need to do it takes to get your husband's attention back on your ass, Randy tells her, all right? And give your specialty time to work his magic. I wish it was possible for us to go back in time. We're back at Bill's office with Danny and him with these plates of Cubano food. So he was like, back to when? When we were married? She's, oh God, no. She's like, just a couple months, not that far, honey, before mom was diagnosed, before I learned that had inherited this defective gene. Thank God the girls are okay. But now that we know that, I get worried about the big C coming for me. He said, well, I think cancer should be scared of your crazy ass. He's she is a little cray cray. I ain't gonna laugh. That ain't fucking funny. I mean, you're the most stubborn, relentless she devil that I've ever encountered. Oh, come on, Danny. Your ass don't back down from nothing. If cancer wasn't intimidated by Anita Dupree, what hope do I have? You're armed with information. I know. But because I'm high risk, the doctors can monitor me closely. Catch it early, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that song and dance, and honestly, it doesn't make it any easier. He was like, well, yeah, I did read up on it, and treatment for breast cancer, if you catch it early, has a high success rate. I mean, come on, you can beat this thing, Danny. I mean, if it even comes to that shit. At what cost, though? Surgery leaves scars. I wouldn't be the same woman. And as shallow as it sounds, I've always known that I'm beautiful. That's why photographers fought over me and designers begged me to wear their creations. And it's also why my husband fell in love with me. Which husband, girl? I mean, come on, Danny, he says. We're talking about Andre here. Yeah, and I mean, he sees the world through the lenses of beauty. So what happened if he looks at me and I lost more than my health? She's probably talking about her hair and, all of the other stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The one thing I think is sad about is that Danny can't talk to him about this because I think that she feels that he's going to give the same old answer. Oh, I'm going to love you no matter what, baby. You're beautiful no matter what. And I guess she didn't want to hear that. I can kind of see it, but I don't like it though. I mean, you had a chance to go to New York and talk to him about this instead of you talking to your ex-husband. Well, your kid's father, but still. Wait a minute, seriously. You think you could do this shit on your own? Back at the country club at the bar, and Jacob is knocking them back, baby. Knocking them shots back. So Smitty was like, well, I didn't build a career taking no as a final answer. So why start now? Listen, if anything leaks too early to out there in the press too early, the U.S. Attorney's Office starts sweating about prejudiced jurors and it compromises the whole case. I can't have that shit. Smitty was like, well, good thing I'm doing this story freelance. No editor, no deadline pressure, right? I mean, nothing goes public unless we say so. Until I say so, Jacob says. Fair enough, Smitty says. So what do you say, partners? So they shook hands, and so Kat comes in there with Chelsea. Okay, who fired up the fucking signal flare, Kat said, and propelled you to leave the damn house, Smitty? It wasn't me, Jacob said. Smitty and I just bumped into each other while we was here. Smitty was like, at the gym, yeah. Gym. Yeah, right. Interesting, Kat says. And where are your gym bags and water bottles? We left them in the locker room. Smitty's like, oh, so Kat was like, oh, and the handshake, and Chelsea is just still sipping her drink, babe. Wait. You haven't seen our signature in-law greeting? Jacob says. They looking like, stop bullshit. So they made some type of hand job, grease lightning type of hand thing. She was like, oh, okay, Kat says, yeah, that was cute. Uh-huh. I mean, that was Chelsea. Okay. Yeah, that was cute. Well, as much as I enjoy this family bonding, Jacob says, I gotta get home to Naomi, so. Yeah, and I have to go and check Tyrell and Samantha's homework before it gets too late, so. See you later. Well, wait. It seems normal to me, Chelsea says. That damn cat is nasty. She went to drank behind Smitty's glass and says, and that they no shade, y'all, because I wouldn't even drink behind my own children's glass. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even want them to drink whatever. She drinks behind Smitty. She says, as normal as a vodka soda after a workout. I come bearing peach cobbler, Vanessa says. I even waited for it to come fresh out of the oven. She brings this over to Joey at the hole in the wall. Says, I know how much you love your desserts. All right, we're talking about desserts now. So, we got Ted over there nibbling on his dessert and Nicole over there nibbling on her dessert. So she reaching in was about to, grab him and he sees that old bruise on her wrist. Like, what the fuck is this? No, nothing. I was clutch earlier. Girl, you know that Randy works for damn Joey. You standing there laughing, girl. I banged my arm on the car door, she says. He's like, the way you moving those heels, okay. You couldn't pass for a klutz even if you tried. So why don't you stop covering for the bastard who did this and tell me what the fuck happened? All right. So I was mentioning about dessert earlier. We got Nicole and Carlton dropping coats and shit in the living room. So kissing and I know your type. Some type of song going on in the background. Real sexy. So they stop and he says, you're satisfied now? Not even close. I guess I gotta try a little harder, he says. And that's what he did. He made that noise right before he said that. Shit, that motherfucker picked her ass up. She said, ah! And banged her against the wall. And they just taking off more clothes. I can imagine James is enjoying this. James, big brother James, you enjoyed this, ain't you, James? Because Nicole is sexy. She wrapped them damn yellow legs all around Carlton. He keeps slamming her against the wall. I mean, I'm wiping the corners of my mouth. So we're at Ted's room. Every time he reaches in to kiss her on the mouth, she moves him to her neck. I'm just waiting to see them kiss. So they stopped and he tells her, I can't get enough of you. We're, back at his hotel. Well, talk is cheap. Now it's time for your ass to prove it, she says. He said, well, shit. Challenge accepted, Ted said. They just will not kiss. Maybe that's in her contract. Maybe she can do the illusion of kissing because she's very married, honey. Very married. Very locked into her husband. I think Keith is single. But she's married. Maybe they have to, because she always has her hand right there where we would think that their lips would meet, and she's always kissing him like right on the cheek. I think we just don't see them kiss, unlike we see Carlton and Nicole does. So, but it was all right. Their little scene it just showed him undressing her and shit, and her undressing him. Look, I might not be fond of the man. I mean, the boy, but even I have to admit that Andre doesn't strike me as the kind of snake that would abandon a woman facing cancer. Well, you are an expert on snakes who would leave their wife, so. And I will definitely trust your personal assessment on that, she says. And you're right. Andre wouldn't leave me. He would say all the right things and do all the right things, and then eventually pity would replace his desire. I just don't think that I could survive being looked at like that. Well, I think that you are underestimating him and yourself. Well, our connection was always physical, she says. I mean, if that goes, what else do I have to offer? Oh, come on, Danny, he says. Uh, I mean, do you think that your beauty was only ever skin deep? Huh? I remember that song from the Temptations. Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, beauty's only skin deep. Oh, yeah, yeah. He was like, well, I know firsthand all of the many things that are attractive about you. She said, you really think that I could rock a shaved head? You sure as hell could. Yeah, he says, yeah, I sure do. I mean, Grace Jones might have set the trend, but you'd redefine it and still be the most captivating woman in any room. Lord have mercy. Are we finna kiss? You burn bright, Danny. You do. You always have. And nothing, no man, no illness, no power on this earth would ever dim that light. Why is she kissing him? She says, yeah. And then she just goes in and kisses him. That was an awkward transition. I'm sorry. That's a no for me. So we see Shanice and Tad. He's like, well, if you're looking to put on the brakes, baby, now is the moment. Because we see her manicured toes, white toes, and they in the bed, sheets all wrapped all around their chocolate skin. Is that what it looks like I want? She says. See, he kisses her on her cheek. They never kiss on the mouth. But shit, Nicole and Carlton, baby, all in the mouth, baby. fireplace and everything. See, I think that that's in her contract. Ernestine is not going to kiss that man on the mouth. Her husband ain't gonna play that shit. I mean, guess we've already had picnic on the carpet. I guess we need to find out what other types of fun we can have down here. This is what Nicole tells Carlton because it just slowly pans from Ted's hotel room and it goes to the Sherwood Forest. Yeah. Well, let's just see how creative we can get, Carlton said. And I'm really loving this side of Nicole. The loose, nasty, not so uptight psychologist. I want to just see Nikki. And I'm thinking I'm liking this Nikki. The only way that you would know that Lance grabbed me was by Randy running his fucking mouth. So his name is Lance. Let me call that man Lawrence. He let me chill out with that, but he get mad at my ass. We're back at the hole in the wall, and that's what Vanessa tells Joey, honey. He called me once the second that he got that guy off of you. He pulled him off of you. It wasn't that intense, she said. The man marked your ass. Thank God Randy was there. I had it under control, she says. He said, the hell you did? Lance just surprised me, that's all. I thought that he was your typical pissed off husband that needed to blow off some steam and that he got it out of his system over the phone. Why he did what he did, Joey says, that doesn't interest me. Why you did what you did does. What exactly did I do? You lied to me. To my face, without hesitation. She sure as hell did. Because I know how possessive and protective you get. He just grabbed my arm, and for the last time, I handled it. And you shouldn't have to handle that shit at all, Joey says. That's my point. And this is exactly the reason why I didn't want your ass involved in any aspect of my businesses. Did you know how bad it hurt me to see my so called devoted cousin play protective for Vanessa while leaving his own flesh and blood out in the cold? This is Haley talking to Randy. What you mean, girl? At Orphe Jean. Yeah, he talking about, woman, you are talking out of the side of your damn neck. Like, I'm confused too. He was like, bitch, you was just sitting here. Yeah, sitting here wondering how, why it's taking so damn long in taking this con to pay off. Yeah, I was just sitting here worried about how long it's taking this con to pay us the fuck off. Yeah, there, now we got it out. There you go, Shar. He was like, look, I'm doing my part, all right? Who got you those fake ass IDs? The blood from your phony quote unquote miscarriage? The tasteless, odorless, deadly potion? Did all that shit just fall out the sky? I mean, okay. You just tossed me a few breadcrumbs, cuz it's still on my neck. It's still my neck out here on the line, she said. Crumbs, he says. Yeah, she says. I did everything you asked me to do, cuz. And it still ain't enough. It never will be. And that means that when she get that money, she gonna leave your ass high and dry, Randy. Listen to Shar. You used to come over here and listen. Now you got your own YouTube channel. You don't come over here no more. I don't believe. Let me know that you still listening. He probably not. He probably busy as fuck. When he season one, when he was for those of you who are new, Maurice P. Carey, he plays Randy. He used to come over here and say stuff in the comments every now and then. But now he's real busy. He don't talk no more. Because he a star. If your ass want a real piece of this payout, she said, you gonna have to do a whole lot fucking more. He was like what? I double checked Bill's life insurance policy. If he dropped dead of heart failure or foul play, your girl still gets paid as long as no one can trace it back to me or anyone I'm tied to. Randy tells her your ass can't be looking impatient, you can't be looking suspicious, or insurance won't cut the check. And I know, again, I work in life insurance. I'm not an agent, but I do a lot of the paperwork and I do check. And yeah, they ain't gonna pay it if it looks suspicious. You're the first suspect, even if they died of natural causes. Like when my mom perished, she died in her apartment. And so it was people there. I wasn't there, but it was her husband and a couple of other relatives there. And they didn't let him go out the house and none of them go till they wanted to make sure wasn't no damn foul play or nothing like that. So yeah, they don't play. They don't play. I mean, of course we know they didn't do that. It was natural. But if you just happen to be in the room, shit, you're the first suspect, spouse. He continues and tell her, yeah, look, insurance ain't cutting no fucking check, and law enforcement will be all over that shit. Well, it's a good thing that you know how to get away with murder. Because if my T doesn't hurry up and put Bill in the ground, your ass will. back at Bill's office, she pushes him away. We have to stop. We were just sitting here reminiscing, and this meant nothing, right? And Haley doesn't even have to. She doesn't have to know it. Danny. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. This stays between us. And they was panning, and the music got loud, and you could see Tomas looking through the blinds in the hallway. And Bill saw him looking, and Tomas ran away. And so did Danny. And that's the end of episode number 14. Shit, I don't know what episode it is. It's gonna be on the screen earlier. 14, I think. Yeah, 14. Of Beyond the Gates, baby. It was a great episode. These episodes are really dope, and I can see why the person said they were mad. If this is gonna go down the rabbit hole, like everybody says about with Danny getting back with Bill, people will be disappointed. But I got to keep watching, honey, because I'm ready to see Dougie come back from the grave. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for your time and your patience, and why Auntie is getting this stuff out. And let's go in and get this mashed together and get it edited. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.